What's up, internet? I pulled the trigger. I bought an extremely large, capable laptop for the purpose of editing video while on the road, but also to do some gaming, because that is the that is the republic that I have seemed to have joined as a result of my purchase. The specific model is a G752 VT-RH71. The specs are on the screen. No solid state drive. I will eventually upgrade that in the future because holy crap, I miss my desktop solid state drive speed. Let's start with an unbox. The box is strong. They even have a stamp describing that. Huh? There's a plastic handle that's decent. This is the kind of box that you keep. The kind of box that reminds you that you could have bought a used car but chose to buy another computer instead. So what did mine come with? It came with a 180 watt adapter. They come with also a 230 watt adapters, I guess, but not this model. The laptop itself in a papery sock-like deal. A couple of pieces of paper and a Velcro strap in its very own package. Immediately you see these weird exhaust plug-in ports things held in by these price tag quality plastic tie things. But anyway, more on that later. Let's do some pros and cons. Pros. Cons. Pro! Large 17 plus inch screen with a 75 hertz refresh rate, and it's got G-Sync. It's got a matte finish, and you can see it from like almost any angle. God. It's not a 20 inch. Eh? No. No con about the screen that I can figure out. Pro. The keyboard lights up and it has 3 brightness settings. Con. It's one color. It's red. I mean, it's a good color, but I don't know. You can go with the MSI, get the rainbow thing going on there. Pro! It has a full-size keyboard with extra macro keys up top. Con. If you press on the side of the keys regularly and hard, they have this strange click. It's almost like it is of a weak build quality, but that might just be me. I've been told I'm a loud typer. Pro! It's smooth where you touch it. It's got like a matte finish. Looks pretty good. Quad. You leave like a mark where you touch it, you know what I mean? So after a while it turns shiny, but you can wipe it with a shirt and then you're back in matte business. What laptops don't have this issue, I guess, really? Pro. It's got a battery. Quad. The battery is not removable. Well, by conventional means at least. You could probably remove it with some tools and gumption, but yeah. Con. The battery doesn't last too long either. Lasts about an hour-ish if you're doing some heavy use. About an hour and a half if not so much. Yeah. And that's bringing it to 30%. Don't go below 30%. Practice this and you will have a battery that will last many years. And it is a pro-ish con thing. It will not drain the battery quickly if you let it just sit there turned on. So that's kind of nice. I let it sit there for like an hour, just not doing anything, and it didn't really deplete the battery much, so yeah. Oh, and last night I ended up letting it, like I just shut the case, and it was nearly full battery. This morning I found it in hibernate mode. I set it to do hibernate at 15%. Anyway, while it's asleep, it also drains the battery. God. Pro. Upgradability. It can go up to 64 gigabytes of RAM. And it has 4 RAM slots, 2 of which come empty on this 16 gigabyte model. Yeah, so you can just buy a couple chips and then install them and you're done. You can also install M.2 PCI Express 2280 SSD. Quad. You may not install an M.2 SATA drive. It's PCIe cards only. I don't know. It's Pro, it has onboard graphics so that you can leverage that CUDA. This is the good stuff right here. Adobe Premiere, Adobe Photoshop, but yeah, Adobe Premiere is what I use to edit video, and it leverages the graphics card's CUDA cores, which there are about 1,200 something on this 970M. And it uses those to render the video playback and also to encode it. Quad. The Nvidia Experience software is not pre-installed. When I installed it, I had issues with it taking like forever to load. The fix? Uninstall McAfee? Oh gosh, I don't know how to say that. Uninstall the virus software, and also the ROG Republic of Gamers Game First software, and then that solved my problem for this. Con: it comes with bloatware. That's that con because of what I just kind of talked about. Pro: it comes with a unlimited XSplit Gamecaster recording license for recording gameplay. The program looks cool, and I'm probably not going to use it, but check out the videos they have posted. And I'll put those links to those in the description for more information about that software. It's got some pretty cool stuff for if you want to do streaming and stuff. Con: I cannot get that software to simply record the desktop. Maybe I'm just a noob. I don't know how to do that, but I just can't figure it out. Pro: it has 2 fans, one for the CPU and one for the GPU. Con: the dust plugs they come with, they seem very cheap because just how they're held in by these plastic clips. So I'm just gonna cut them out. Get out of here, get. Okay, yeah. It's like for a price tag on clothing. I don't know. Maybe they're just for shipping purposes only, right? Well, I'm getting, yep. See you later. Also, Con: the fans are not simply controlled out of the box. There's no fan controller with this computer out of the box. Ugh. And in my opinion, the fan presets let this machine run too hot. I don't like my CPU sitting at 60 degrees Celsius. I will just let itself sit there at 60 degrees without ramping up the fans. WTF, ASUS. ASUS. Change this, please. Give me the possibility to do the right of the goal. Special Pro: you can control the fans. Special announcement, woo! How do you control your fans on an ASUS ROG 752 laptop? I'm gonna show you how in 30 seconds. Boom, let's do this. Go to GitHub and download Notebook Fan Control. Install it. I installed version 1.4.2. Then open it up and select ASUS ZenBook UX32LN. If the ROG 752 is selectable, I mean, maybe, sure, but also know that if you select the ROG 751 setting, you only get CPU control. So be advised. Anyway, after all that, drag the sliders for the GPU and CPU fans. Let's check it out. Awesome. At first it might look grayed out. Don't let that stop you. Just drag it on by and see what Epic is really all about. Here we go. Let's hit 100%. Listen to this. Increase the life of your laptop and components by using air. It's what's around you. Pro: dual band wireless, 5 and 2.4 GHz. Pro: Bluetooth, duh. Works great with my Microsoft mouse. That actually matches it rather well. Look at that. Thanks, Goodwill, for the $150+ mouse for $10. We gotta pause everything. Best thrift shop score ever? My Cisco EX90. Click the eye in the corner of the screen, and when I have a video review for that uploaded, it'll be linked there. Yeah, I got that thing for $60. Whew. Oh man. Bro, it's got a webcam. It's HD at 720. God, the quality is not that good. And the light showing, the status light is blinding depending on if you're right in front of the camera or not. So I gotta go find a Sharpie and fix this. Plus, the default location for video recordings is in the Pictures folder. That's uncool, Windows, uncool. Bro, the SD card slot is a higher than average speed. My fast SD cards transfer files around 70 to 80 megabytes per second, and compared to my $7 USB 3 adapter that I bought on Amazon, it's a little slower, but whatever, I do what I want. This review is taking forever. Pro: you can set a password to the BIOS. That's not normal as far as I know, so I think that's pro. Bro, one of the USB ports on this thing, it lets you charge things plugged into it, even if the laptop is turned off. Well done, ASUS, well done. My phone will deplete your battery well with honor. Pro: it comes with an ASUS web storage, right? Because you need that, right? Con: the pop-up says 16 gigabytes free. All I got was 5. Clickbait mother. Bro, the mouse trackpad deal is large and smooth, and the gestures work well, including pinch zoom. I'm feeling pretty spoiled with a sweet laptop. Con: you can accidentally bump into it, as with most laptops, while typing. I don't know, you can just turn it off. Pro: the screen dims lower than I've ever seen any laptop ever dim, so at night my eyes don't get so strained like they do with my other laptops that I've owned. I appreciate this and give you a point, ASUS, for awesome. Con, it has gone to full brightness from full dim on me and then back down to dim like rapidly. It was like, this only happened once, but man, it was like turning the lights on in the room with no warning. Reduction equals pain, guys. Don't make me take away that awesome point. Pro, it has a Republic of Gamers key. Press it and you get a bunch of features that you can Google about, because I just don't need to talk for another 10 minutes about that. But there's a little more about that later. Pro, it's got a bunch of USB functionality and high-speed stuff. Even if you got, it's got this newfangled 3.1 USB thing with a Thunderbolt mix. I don't quite know what that means, but I think it means that I can enter the future and still have my Pog Slammers. You know what I mean? Do you remember Pogs? I got nothing. Con, the left two USB ports are not letting me hook up my USB 3.0 external hard drive with the USB 3.0 plug. So if I use the 2.0 plug, it works fine. Maybe it's my cord, but it works fine on the other ports on the other side of the computer. So I'll live with this for now. Maybe it's just a controller issue on the motherboard. I don't know. Could be something serious. I don't know. Pro, it's got the new 6th generation Intel Core i7 processor, rocking that 14 nanometer tech, you know what I mean? Not just for the Atom processors are you for anymore, you $14 below. I don't know, if you're nerdy enough, you can appreciate that. Okay, congratulations, you survived the PC list. Additional stuff, when you pick it up from the sides, you press on like the DVD or Blu-ray drive, whatever you got, and it presses in some, and that feels weird. Not like it'll break or anything, just weird. The speakers are located behind the monitor. I've not found this to be like a super bad thing, but it seems weird, right? And this thing is big. It's not thick like desktop replacement laptops used to be, like this Dell Inspiron 35 right there. But man, it's so big. If you compare it with like some of the other gaming laptops on the market, like the MSI ones, this one wins the beauty award, because dang, look at that. It's so badass. If you bring this laptop anywhere, you're very certainly making a statement of, I know what badass is, and I just brought it. Yes, you may look at it, it's okay. And yes, you may want it. And yes, you should go get one. Gosh, I should work for ASUS probably, or shake the hand and say good job to their designer, because it looks so good. Okay, Windows 10, better than 8? Be sure to head on over to Barnacles Nerdgasms channel to see how you can make sure your Windows 10 experience is safe. Put the Big Brother in Big Brother's place. There's a lot of questions Windows 10 asks about like being okay with stuff. I just don't like it. I did a rather large update already for Windows. It took about an hour and a half. Windows takes forever. Neat things about the laptop. The keyboard dims on its own, so if like you're not using it, and the mouse wakes it up. The ROG key gives you neat options, minus the slow startup. My model takes about 15 seconds, and allows you to have profiles and profiles of profiles for your games. My favorite feature of it is that you could switch the lights on the keyboard off by half, if that makes sense. And you can toggle the lights on the hood and the vent on or off, minus the logo. And it looks like you're putting out a fire. It's a great feature if you're at a LAN competition and you're like, you want people to know like you're mid-battle and don't bother me, you know, like don't bother me. And then you let them know like you put out the fire. Okay, right. Sonic bass woofer, does it work? I can feel it in the keyboard, but it ain't no Bose. And then additionally, the sound quality on this laptop is not the greatest. The speakers, like I said, they're located behind the monitor. So it's just weird. But I mean, it's good. It sounds good. It's not Bose. Gameplay. World of Warcraft runs at ultra settings just fine at the noob level here. I didn't do any crazy gaming with it. It's buttery smooth. It does heat up and the fans go to about 100% on their own. Right? I mean, I'm just judging by sound. It's not too loud though. Car Mechanic Simulator runs on ultra settings smoothly as well. It does great compared to my desktop that has the GTX 770 SC. This laptop actually seems to perform the same, if not better. And finally, Super Mario Bros. Plays at 500 frames per second on ultra settings. In conclusion, so far, I like this laptop. I'm editing this video on this laptop. I've edited a couple other ones, like for the family. Scrubbing through 1080i footage or 1080p at 30 or 60 frames per second, it's smooth. But yeah, it's better than my desktop, almost. Like, wow, and that's got a GTX 770 SC with the i7 4770K. That's got twice the RAM. But anyway, yeah, like it's very comparable. I'm glad, because that's what it's supposed to replace, because I'm going on a road trip. If you want to see the build video for that desktop, click the I button in the corner of the screen and the link will be there. Yeah. If you like this video, there's a button for that. If you want to see more videos like it, there's a button for that. Okay, what do you think? Is this laptop great or is it awesome? Leave a response below. If I get enough feedback, I'll post a video up with like the status update of this laptop. Yeah. Want to see more? I'm working on a Vulkan tab review. It's linked when it comes out in the I button as well. Yeah, and cruise the channel if you're bored. Anyway, hope that helped. See you later, Internet.
I sure could use some help.
Hey man, I think this guy needs some help.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand.